Hey guys, this is Rise with another Fallout FP VOD. This is a very quick follow-up to my last one, and we're going to get started right off the bat here because this is a long one. If you guys like the me vs 10 behemoths, you're going to love this one. It's me vs 100 behemoths. So, actually what you saw right there was how I made them. It says God mode enabled and disabled. I'll go through that in a sec. First, player.place me. That code is for a behemoth. Then you see I need to enable God mode because I'm when you place them at yourself, you get stuck in the middle of all of them. So all I did was I turned it on to run out to here, and then I turned it right off and started the video. Anyway, now you can get a quick glimpse of the amount of freaking behemoths chasing me, and they're all over the place. I mean, literally. And right off the bat, starting it off great, crippling myself. This is actually my 4th time recording it. Fallout froze a couple of times when I first tried, and when I used the task manager to close it, I actually saw that it was using a gig of memory. Fallout was using a freaking gig of memory by itself. Anyway, I'm going to be using every weapon in my arsenal, cheesy or not, to try to beat all 100 of them, because I'll tell you what, if you don't, 1, I'll either be here forever, or 2, I just won't make it, or 3, Fallout will freeze on me again, and I can't have that. So, crippling as many as I can with a dart gun, which is only like, I don't know, 5% of them when I get 5 or 6 of them. So, still many more to kill, and as I have time, I'll go through the different weapons, but this is a pretty fast-paced game for the most part. Not much time to go through much of anything. I'm going to try to use the Burn Master a bit at this point. And I was going to do the same trick I did last time, burning the car, but I realized that I was just way too close, and there are way too many freaking behemoths around here, and I almost get stuck, and if I didn't jump perfectly in that car, I may have actually died. So now I'm going to have to do my best to get out of this circle of enclosing behemoths as quick as possible. And if you notice, I'm very high on a whole bunch of drugs at this point. I need all of them if I'm going to survive the amount of hits that I take throughout this. Alien gun is coming out. I got to use it. I got to do as much damage as I can. I know that headshots do the most, but I'll tell you what. 1, I don't use VATs at all in this entire thing. And 2, I don't have time to really aim well. And I noticed they're actually stalled out for a minute here. So I take advantage and I use the experimental MIRV, M-I-R-V, and I fire off a couple of rounds of 8 nukes each and take out as many of them as I can. And you might say, wow, that's cheap. You must have killed all of them. Well, yeah, I had hoped I might have killed all of them, but there's still a ridiculous amount left. And I was thinking about using the MIRV still, but it just didn't make sense because with them so close to me, I didn't want to blow up myself and have to start over. So you'll see me keep going through here a bunch in the game, and you'll see that by doing that, I actually force them to take a longer path around because they can't fit there. So it's actually a good way to try to make them work to catch up to me. And finally taking out a couple of guys with the alien blaster. I mean, it does a lot of damage, and my energy skill's at 100 at this point, but it's just not enough. I mean, Behemoth's a monster, literally. So it just takes a lot of damage. And here you see the apocalypse of behemoths over there as I took out, I don't know, it must have been 25 of them at once, which still left like 75 behemoths. I mean, you can try to count them. I'm not going to bother, but there are fire hydrants everywhere, which is kind of funny. And alien blaster doing a pretty good job of helping me clear out a lot of what's left, but still, there's just so damn many of them. I can't get them all. And occasionally I have time to actually stop for a second and take some close shots like here. And which is kind of fun. It's always fun watching things disintegrate, by the way. Probably one of the best things in the game. And yeah, I do have internet radio on again, and I don't care. It's just how I like to play. So if you don't like it, I really don't care. Anyway, out with the Chinese assault rifle, I was actually trying to blow up that car, and then I realized that it had already exploded. So I was going to try to lead them to some unexploded cars and take advantage of the explosions from the cars to try to do as much damage to a group of them as I can, because frankly, the bottle cap mines, although they do a lot of damage, weren't damaging many of them at a time because they're just so damn big. The blast radius does not cover enough of them at once. So first take out that car as quick as possible. I think I must have caught like 4 or 5 there, and I still got the bus here, so I'm going to try to use the bus as well to take out as many as I can. And I thought it might have taken longer to blow it up, so I started attacking it a lot sooner, which may or may not have been a good idea. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. I'm trying to reload on drugs here. I'm I'm a little high on adrenaline in real life at this point, trying to beat them all. So I'm actually just kind of double clicking a lot of stuff by mistake, and you know, not much I can do about that. I thought about the shish kebab a couple of times, but I didn't want to risk it, so I just went with vengeance. And you can see I got 1,500 rounds of ammo. And what's scary is it's not even doing much of anything to these guys. I mean, if it was only a couple, it'd be pretty good, but considering there's probably still about 40 of these guys left, you can still look at that line of them chasing me. Still so many of them. Considering there's so many left, all these rounds don't do much of anything for me, and it's actually best used when there's only a few left that I can take time to kind of snipe with, because the incredible accuracy of it is what really makes it such a powerful weapon. I got one Nuka-Cola bomb. I probably should have made a whole bunch of them. I got about 25 or so Nuka-Cola Quantums, and for whatever reason I didn't do it. And for some reason I thought that the railgun might do me some good over here and do some damage, but it really doesn't seem to do all that much damage. So I kind of just give up on it pretty shortly after and switch to another weapon. Although it definitely is a cool weapon otherwise. You know, it pins people's heads to the wall and stuff like that, which is pretty wild. Pretty fun to watch. So back to the SMG that you saw in the last video. Helped me take out a couple of these guys. A very versatile weapon. Pretty good power, damage, pretty good accuracy, all in one, which is a very nice package. And it's a small gun, which I kind of like. At this point, it does like 75 damage or so, maybe a little more. Maybe it said 79, I can't remember. Don't forget, all my weapons at this point are degrading. And using my last mini nuke, and oh, I don't know if I caught any. I think I shot too far. Oh well. My loss. I'll just have to use some other weapons. I'm going to be using a lot of stim packs throughout this as well, because I gotta stay healthy. And sorry, I had something stuck in my teeth. Anyway, going to the Black Hawk, which remembering right away how useless that was last time, not even going to bother with it. And going back to Vengeance, I see a nice line of them here, and I thought that, oh, this might work out pretty well. And then they all charge at me, and I'm like, oh, crap. I'm going to have to go somewhere else. But again, with a long range, it's pretty good. You can see, though, there are quite a few crippled guys at this point, which is nice. Mostly from the dart gun, I would think anyway. Although bottle cap mines actually cripple them as well. But I only got a few of them with bottle cap mines, so more likely the dart gun and random explosions, of course. So still, a lot of bodies strewn all about the place. But what's cool is they kind of start to disappear after a while, which is actually good, because otherwise 100 behemoths clutter up the area a little bit. And man, I'd hate to be the person on duty. Bring out your dead! The behemoth's dead. I'm gonna skip you, actually. Maybe I'll come back to you later and run away. But yeah, no, there's still a good amount of corpses on the ground. And Vengeance, man, I'm starting to run out of ammo here. I don't know how much longer I use this weapon before I decide to switch back to something else. Finally gonna take out a couple. I am doing a pretty good job of lowering all of the behemoth's health fairly evenly across the whole bunch of them. But man, we're not even halfway through yet. This is an epic battle here. I have gone down pretty low in health a few times, and every time got to go to the stim pack. So, whoops, hit the tree there. That doesn't really do me much good. Yeah, Vengeance doesn't have much ammo left at this point, so I think I'm just going to run it out. I might as well. No reason to save it, because I'm gonna end up using it at one point or the other, so I might as well just use it now and try to take the numbers down as much as possible. Finally, taking another behemoth down. It's fun when you see one behemoth go down and then you're like, oh my god, look how many are still chasing me. And occasionally you'll turn around and there's be one with like full power and just totally disheartening, and you just don't know what to do at this point. You know, just kind of trying to figure out what guns are best. Merv, obviously the best one, but I'm out of ammo. I have 7 mini nukes, but you need 8 to fire it off at all when you have the experimental one. So back to some drugs to get myself back up to power, back up to speed. I don't know if I actually needed them, but I was just refreshing them anyway. And back to the Alien Blaster, which is starting to get pretty degraded at this point, but it doesn't matter. It's still one of my highest damage dealing weapons at this point. Now that I'm pretty much out of ammo for Vengeance.